There are very few places left on Earth that rival the beauty and adventure of northern Canada. With an area of over 250,000 square miles, the landlocked Canadian province of Saskatchewan is a hunter's paradise. Large tracts of prairie give way to huge boreal forests to the north, providing a vast, untouched wilderness. Adding this to the fact that nearly 85% of Saskatchewan is privately owned, and you have a recipe for creating the perfect habitat for huge black bears.
This is one of the highlights of my year, to come back to Saskatchewan, get to hunt with my buddy Jason Peterson. Last year I got an invitation to come up and hunt for black bear. And we planned on doing a tent camp in an area that's never been hunted, a total exploration, just landing with a float plane, a tent, and just gonna stay the week and see what we could find.
So the plan is to put the tent right here. Will be good because the water's right there and the bears come from over there.
And last year the focus wasn't so much on taking a black bear as much as setting up this camp, finding the pinch points, all the areas, the travel corridors, what these bear would be feeding on. We knew these bear had never seen bait before, had no idea what it was, but once they got on it, about day 8, everything changed. It was one of the most rewarding black bear hunts I've ever been on. We got to hunt him on the ground with a bow, and definitely the most exciting. Well, this year Jason extended the invitation again to come up and hunt with him at his True North Adventures outfitting business, which is also associated with the Cree River Lodge. And of course I jumped at it because not only was this just a great black bear hunting experience, the fishing was off the charts. I've never had a fishing trip like I've had here.
These untapped Saskatchewan lakes are known for their huge northern pike.
That's one hell of a fish. How big?
Oh, it's
40.
During Gus's last trip, Gus and the team caught 25 northern pike, measuring over 40 inches.
Jason does some black bear hunts out of the Cree River Lodge, but now these guys have extended their area and get some of these remote camps in some of these places that have never been hunted. This is the Pilot's Lodge, which has been here for a while as a fishing camp, but never been black bear hunted. So Jason's been establishing these new places with just incredible black bear that in this camp, I'm sure they've seen humans, but they've never been hunted. Well, we just got into camp yesterday. We got the float plane come up to this dock. This is our base camp. We're leaving from here. We have about a 6 or 7 mile ride on the 3-wheelers. Got another cabin out there. We're gonna set up there. There's a good bear on the baits. Actually, there's 5 or 6 good bear, but 3 of them look like they're shooters, and hopefully the weather holds off and we can get on one. All right, here we go. Saddle up, boys. Good news and we have bad news. We had a delay out of Newark, some weather. Delayed us about an hour and a half. We made our connection, but our bags didn't. But don't worry, I took that into account. We're gonna be staying the night in Saskatoon, heading up to Stony Rapids tomorrow, catch the float plane on Sunday. And it's one thing about Canada, your bags get lost. You're heading out with a bush plane, a float plane somewhere. There's just no way to get the bags to you. So we got a couple of nights between here and Stony Rapids to get the bags. Hopefully everything works out.
Gus is en route to Pilot's Lodge, a remote hunting and fishing camp located in northern Saskatchewan, in hopes of harvesting the black bear of a lifetime.
We got some good news last night. Our bags came in about midnight, so we got all our gear. Everything's here at the airport. On to our next leg. They've been seeing some really good bear up in camp. Season's really coming in. Actually, it's the last week of the season, so these bear are really getting into the rut. We're going to see some big boars moving. He's been seeing a lot more bear activity, so I'm anticipating a good week.
Even traveling to bear camp is an adventure. After several connecting flights, the planes keep getting smaller and the airports more remote before Gus and the team actually arrive at their base camp.
I want to make sure this life vest works for the vertical challenge,
Anybody shorter than 5 foot, then you put it on like a diaper. You don't put it over your shoulders.
What if you're overweight and short, dude? They don't want
Put
to
two on.
Put two on.
Put it on one of your ankles.
Like one of those swimmies the kids wear, right? I'll put them on each arm.
Put them on your arm.
Well, these camps are set up to have a generator, so you do have some electricity, and this base camp works great. But we were going to do something a little different. We got on all the three-wheelers and we took a 6-mile hike to an outpost spike camp. We were going to hunt a black bear this year.
Hunting in a remote spike camp means that everything needed for both the hunt as well as survival needs to be packed and accounted for.
Can't forget the glazed donut.
The 6-mile ride through this rugged, untamed wilderness is tough. And should the team encounter bad weather during their 4-hour excursion, the trails will be almost unmanageable.
We're here at this remote spike camp. Pilot's Lodge, Jason Peterson hooked us up. They're staying back at base camp with Chad Johnson. They're gonna get on a bear there. We got a bait set up here. Hopefully we get on a big one. There's a good color-faced bear here, so hopefully we can get on him.
It's mating season for these bears, and although the 60-day rut is usually the best time to harvest a big bear, the vast amount of territory these animals cover in search of a receptive mate can mean that the huge boars won't visit the same bait twice.
One of the things of hunting this time of year, late June, is that the breeding season is in full swing. You know, the rut activity is off the charts, and these big boars are just traveling from bait to bait looking for sows. I mean, you'd have a giant bear, beautiful bear, on a bait. He's there all day feeding. And then you go back the next day, he's gone, and no one ever sees him again. It's just how it is this time of year. These bears do put on the miles during the rut.
Gus Congemi and cameraman John Alfieri are sitting over fresh bait in pursuit of black bear. Trail camera pictures show that huge Saskatchewan bear have been visiting the baits. But with the rut in full swing, choosing the right bait to sit can be a challenge.
So the second day we sat on another bait, and it had a colored bear on it one day last week. We thought we might be able to sit and wait him out. We were there less than an hour when the first bear showed up. After sitting one day and not seeing any bear at all, seeing our first bear was pretty exciting. So these bear worked their way into the bait. The sow started feeding on the barrel. She was actually working it so hard, she broke the rope that had the barrel tied to the tree, rolled it towards the blind. I gotta tell you, my heart was pumping. I didn't want to move in the blind because that bear was so close to us. There was no chance of me drawing that bow without spooking her. If she took off, she was taking that boar with her. So that night on stand, we didn't get a shot, but we got to really witness some incredible bear activity. We're back to the same stand we were in last night. We did have a bigger bear, a really nice bear, definitely a shooter, but we just never got a real clean shot on that bear. There was no bait barrel left. There was nothing to stop him. I thought about going after him, maybe doing a stalk, but we had a lot of eyes here. There was a lot of different bear in, and I didn't want to blow the area out. So hopefully tonight that bigger bear comes in, but the smaller bear's already on the bait, and we just got here. So within a first hour, the small bear that was there first the day before was back on that bait. And I'm not sure if that made that big boar feel relaxed, but the next thing we knew, that big boar was pushing off that smaller bear. He was on that barrel feeding at 20 yards.
Live the Wildlife host Gus Congemi's patience has paid off. After several days of sitting over northern Saskatchewan bait, a huge black bear has finally presented Gus with a shot.
Just covered. We just got a shot, like 22 yards, and I heard him death moan, so he's down. Good shot. That's a nice bear. That's a nice bear. Well, we got this bear cleaned up just so you can see what we have here, and we're up here with Jason Peterson and True North Adventures, and to just have some amazing territory and amazing animals up here. We actually watched this bear breed a sow yesterday. There was a smaller bear in on the bait that he ran off. They had broke the barrels free from the tree. What a fiasco. We had a fantastic time, some great footage, but unfortunately yesterday we didn't get a shot at him. He came back today, came to the bait, pushed that smaller bear off again, and we got the shot. He didn't go but 40 yards from where we shot him. Just another amazing year here with Jason Peterson and True North Adventures.
Now that Gus has harvested his bear, it's time for cameraman John Alfieri to take the spotlight.
John is a show contributor, so he's also been on hunts on camera. But usually when we do these remote camps or these big trips, John's behind the camera and I'm the guy doing the hunting. When we got here, Jason surprised John with a bear tag for him to shoot his first black bear. And this was pretty incredible. Now, John and I shoot the same draw length and bow, same arrows, same everything. So this wasn't a big deal. He could use all of my equipment. But knowing that now that my hunt was over, that John was going to get his chance to shoot his first black bear was, really getting me excited. He'd be in front of the camera this time.
Okay, I'm all done. I'm tagged out. Now it's Johnny's turning back. So I'm just loving watching him on the way out.
Although John has filmed countless black bear hunts, he has never had the opportunity to hunt one himself.
We get out of the boat, and all of a sudden, I see this monster bear sitting there. Now my heart is racing. I'm pumped. I can't wait. Gus is excited. My guide behind me, he's even more excited. So it kind of like put everything into perspective where I felt really relaxed. So now I'm in my zone, I'm comfortable. Gus is set. The guy behind me decided to grab the extra camera we have so he can get another angle, and I'm just focused on this bear. I was set. I came to full draw, but when I came to full draw, my peep sight had turned. Shot was in there. He stood up, jumped around, spinned around. All the blood poured out of him. We knew it was a good shot. We gave him about half hour, 40 minutes. Oh my God, look at him. Oh my God. Are you kidding me, man? Oh. Now we can celebrate.
My boy Johnny, Jason got him a tag. Said Johnny could shoot his first bear. Johnny was patient, got a great shot on this bear, 30-yard shot. Tracked him a little ways and found him. It's yours, buddy.
Couldn't have done without you. I want to thank you very much.
First bear.
Yes, sir. Thanks to you. Thanks to you, man.
Your first bear, man.
I learned a lot.
And it's a giant. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Your next bear might be smaller than this one. This is a real giant, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, boss. I can't thank you enough.
Good job. Good job.
I learned a lot with this man. I learned a lot.
And if he doesn't learn, I make sure I yell at him so he does learn.
I was able to harvest my first bear because of this man.
Good deal, man.
Boy.
Good deal,
I'll
man.
never forget this. Never.
Good deal. Good deal.
Biggest thing I've ever seen in my life, I gotta tell you. To pick up this bear and hold it in your hand after seeing, like, I've been behind the camera for Gus, and you can't experience that feeling until you actually pick up your first bear and hold it in your hand. And I mean, it was just off the charts. And I can't thank Jason Peterson from True North Adventures, man. I can't thank him enough, and Gus and everybody that was here to help me accomplish this. I'm just so thankful to be able to harvest my first black bear in Saskatchewan, Canada.